My last thing, you mentioned something that, normally we won't get involved in drama. But when you mention, how people handle things as far as angles, you were on the card. Big K, Ahdi Boom. I'm going to just leave it there and hear your thoughts. That's all. I just want to know what you think about that battle, information presented, et cetera, et cetera.
I mean, I got a brother doing 20 years off somebody that, said couldn't keep their mouth closed, bro. So, like I told Rod, like, you can say, like, I hear a lot of people, the new thing now is, he ain't tell on me. But, like, if you know that if you get hemmed up in something and you know something very vital, that you may get some good time or no time.
See y'all later.
By providing that information, you feel what I'm saying?
So, camera.
I'm
safe. Love you guys.
No doubt. All right.
See you on.
Appreciate y'all.
If you know that, then you should not tolerate snitching at all. If you live in a part of that life, you doing anything, that's not a street type of thing. If you're a hacker, if you doing some blue collar crime, white collar crime, or anything like that, and y'all go down together and you be like, he did it, you a snitch. Y'all don't have to be from an urban area to be considered a... Police don't like snitches. You feel what I'm saying? Police don't like when other police snitch on them. You know what I'm saying? Nobody likes it. So, as far as that particular situation, she stopped.
Really quickly. So, do you feel like when it comes down to people who are deciding to go ahead and do crimes, do you feel like they should know the laws behind the crimes that they're doing beforehand, or do you?
Like you should just know the consequences of what you're doing. You know this is wrong. You innately know what you're doing is wrong.
Right, but do you feel like they should know not only the time that may be served, but also the laws around it, how things work, just kind of knowing the background of what you're getting into and kind of how to get over it?
You should always know what you're getting into, but you would only know so much. I mean, unless you're going to be a drug dealer and a lawyer at the same time, or a hitman and a judge.
Well, I mean, laws are not hidden is my thing. Like, you can definitely research your laws very easily. So do you feel like people who are in that type of life, people who decide to go out and do crimes and things of that nature, do they need to be also looking into the laws behind what the hell they're doing, like, just to cover their back, just to make sure that they're secure at the end?
I think you should cover your back as far as retaining a great lawyer.
Okay.
If you're doing what you're doing, 10 or 20 of them things that you made, like I know cats that's up about 200. This nigga ain't seen his 21st birthday, but you don't have a lawyer on retainer, and you haven't invested in something to wash your money and shit like that. Niggas just sitting on money. Right. So I don't really think it's about knowing the law, because at the end of the day, whether a year or 20 years, you're doing some time behind this. You know what I'm saying? So it's either you shouldn't be doing it in the first place, right?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So why study to fuck some shit up? You know what I'm saying? Let me study this shit so I can break the law and see, you know what I'm saying? So I can make sure I know what type of time I'm getting. The object is to not get caught anyway. So if you got that type of thought process, you're gonna get caught, and you're gonna do that exact time you was trying to calculate. So either stay away from it or just know the game period is be as smooth as you can.
That's a fact.
To the snitching thing, like I ain't gonna lie, I can't really dive into that much, because you start thinking about your own situations and shit that go on at home. I don't know Boom's situation. I don't know how Big K, what his thought process was as far as like, let me look his shit up and see if it's a sad situation. It's a fuck situation if it's true. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to consider myself like, I've said numerous times, like, I'm glad you home. Right. And I really meant that. Right. I genuinely meant that. So I don't want to be glad you cut somebody's throat to come home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it just make you be like, damn, you can't even congratulate a nigga out here now. 'Cause, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, that's that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ill Will vs 40 Cal on VOD right now. You know what I'm saying? That's all I know, man. I ain't never had a Code D, so I'm all good. You hear me?
So listen, Ill Will, my last question, and I'm gonna pause for a second in case we need to break the video up. As far as 40, not 40 Cal, Ahdi Boom, where does he go from here as far as his battle rap career? What so,
I mean, it's above that. This ain't even about battle rap no more. This ain't
Oh, yeah,
even-
no, I
you know
mean-
what I'm saying? Like, if battle rap the only avenue for revenue, then figure something out. You know what I'm saying?
what advice would you give to him? So,
I don't
as of
have
that,
any.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
have any. You know what I'm saying? That's life shit. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? That's live your life type shit. There's fans out here that'll probably be like, have a problem with you now. It's malicious people out here. There's people out here that never done anything in their life to even snitch on, but now they're 100% invested in it because everybody else is talking about
Right.
it. You know what
And I
I'm
heard
saying?
you saying that earlier. on
Yeah,
Confidence
so
and
it's
Fame.
like, hey man, what can you do? Live your life. Keep, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you straight, bro.
Yeah. Well, listen, we appreciate you, Will.
No doubt, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you,
Can we get
Ill
that
Will,
drop one
for
time?
chit-chatting
A&R
with
show,
us.
We always outside. Can we get that drop? A&R show? We always
Oh,
outside?
shout out to the A&R show, man. Always outside. You know, I used to be outside like that. I don't be outside like that no more. Yak town in the beat.
Appreciate you.
No doubt, buddy.
I'm pretty sure I'm